Only been a few hours, but it felt like days. Only been days, but it felt like months. We gone for a year, only know like once. Life moves fast when you do what you want.
Welcome back to Dream Bigger Live Larger podcast. I'm your host, Adeline Lees. And today we will be talking about annually report card, okay? So basically you will be grading yourself on how 2025 was for you, okay? So I'm going to get in depth on what I mean by annually report card. If you guys are interested, keep on listening and keep on watching. This is Dream Bigger Live Larger podcast. All right. So I'm recording in a different corner of my apartment because where I usually record, I had to put my Christmas tree up. And I was like, yeah, let's, fix it around. So let's get straight into it. Episode 12 is basically annually report card, right? We are at the end of 2025. So ask yourself, what grade would you give yourself, right? So I categorize, how grading is, especially like, how we were in school. So an A is excellent progress, did everything you wanted to accomplish. A B is good, accomplished most of your goals. A C is needed to work harder. A lot of things were misplaced, meaning like you missed out on certain opportunities and weren't able to finish. Basically, you weren't able to do most of what you wanted to do. So that is a C. A D is you gave up half of the year. So a D was like you started out great, but then you just ended up horribly. Like you just gave up on half of the year. And then an F is basically you didn't even try at all 2025. You just literally went with the flow. So that is how I categorize like A to F, how your year went. And what did you do? How did you achieve your goal? So me personally, I would give myself a B, right? I would give myself a B because 2025, I really was putting my head down, finding out different strategies of how I could accomplish my goals. And just because I had the goal and the route I took kept becoming different, but the goal still stayed the same. And I am not going to lie to you. I really felt like, the progress of my work ethic this year, personally, I basically was given a chance to, go out more and just be myself a little bit, and I'm really proud of my consistency with my work ethic. When it comes down to Dream Bigger Live Larger podcast, I didn't give up. That's what I mean. Like I didn't give up. Even though I took breaks here and there, I just took breaks to regroup myself and have like, different thought process of how I wanted to accomplish, 2025. So I could give myself a good, a B. Like I give it, if it was like a grading level, like number wise, I'll give myself a 80. Like a 80. I give myself an 80. I did pretty good. Like I want to pat myself on the back. And it's time for reflection, right? So 2025, whether your year was excellent, you accomplished most of the things that you wanted to or all the things you wanted to, or if it wasn't that good for you and you like, nah, 2025 was like one for the books, a horrible year for me. It is still time for you to organize how your 2026 will be. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, everyone makes these type of videos. Everybody make this type of content where how we are preparing for 2026. But it really is preparing yourself. It's a reflection of how your year went, 365 days of this year. How did it go? Month by month, how did it go? And I'm not going to lie, not every aspect of my life I give a B. So my work ethic, I give a B. But I can say that I'm between a B and a C, right? When it comes to down to my personal life, I can give myself a B and a C. And it's just reflection. Like I had to be honest with myself and I didn't want to sugarcoat anything because it's like in order for me to reflect, I have to look at the good and the bad. And that's something that you have to look at too. Not everything was polished this year. Not everything was successful this year. Sometimes, we did have to take a L this year. And we just need to learn how to basically understand how to bounce back next year. And I wrote down, right? These are the golden questions. The golden questions are, What did you need to work on? What could you have done better? What not what, sorry. Why did you give up? And the last, did your interest rate go up? So did your interest rate go up? Meaning what you put out, did you receive 10 times? That's what I mean. And those 4 questions is something that you always have to ask yourself, right? So number 1, I'm gonna be very transparent. My personal life, right? I feel like I need to work on more just to basically balance my personal life, my 9 to 5, and my content creating, which is Dream Bigger Live Larger podcast. What I could have done better would just basically live more. I feel like I was lazy when it came to my personal life. I felt like I wasn't adventurous. I feel like 2026 I'm going to do things with or without people. And one thing I can say is that I'm never afraid to do things alone. I'm really never afraid to do things alone. I've been to 3 different concerts by myself. I just felt so comfortable at home. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'll be tired. When I be coming from work, like I said, I'll be tired. But I feel like my summer of 2025 wasn't as spontaneous as I wanted it to be because I didn't put myself out there and I didn't try new things. And that's something I am going to work on 2026, right? What else? Why did I give up? So one thing I did give up, that I could give myself a D on, like a D for dog, is the gym. It's the gym. Girl, I gave myself a D because I started off strong this year and then I ended off horribly. Like I don't think I reached my goal for my wellness goal. So I give myself a D. And I'm not gonna lie. When it comes to the gym, especially like I don't have a gym in my building, I have to go around the corner or drive to the gym. So it's not as convenient as I wanted to. And sometimes I'd be lazy, right? I'd be lazy. But it's like, okay, I started off strong. Why did I give up? Like I said, I was lazy. But then again, I need to start being consistent with my health. I need to start exercising more, moving my body. Because the reason why I was consistent in 2025, the beginning of 2025, is because I wasn't looking to lose weight. I was looking more to move my body because my work field, I'm not really getting up, moving around as much as I want to. So the goal was to just move my body, whether I'm on a treadmill, whether I'm lifting up weights, whether I'm on the Stairmaster. Like I just wanted to move my body enough. And that's something I am going to work on going into 2026. That is something I've been struggling with for the last couple of years. But now that I'm getting older, I see like, all right, my body is stiffening up. Like my knees ain't the way it used to be. My back ain't the way it used to be. And I know that I need to stretch my body. I need to move my body. I need to really lock in. So that's something I can give myself a D on. Okay. And like I said, you gotta be transparent with yourself. You can't just sugarcoat. Can't sugarcoat. But I know where I fall short at, and I know where I need to bounce back and start over. And it's okay to start over. It's okay to start over. One thing I am very lenient about in going into a new year and starting on goals is being very lenient with myself. I need to be realistic, okay? Not every day is going to be a strict program. As long as I am consistent with it, I have to know like, okay, I'm improving. Okay. So that's something that I really need to work on, and that is on ongoing challenge with myself. I am the type of person that like I am used to my body shape, right? I love my body shape. I love the way I look. I just want to be more fit. I just want to be more healthier. And eating is not a challenge for me. When it comes to eating healthy food, it is not a challenge for me. I could eat very clean. It's not a challenge at all. It's just me exercising. That's the challenge. So yeah, moving on, right? So the transparency aspect of 2025, right? What 2025 has taught me in 3 different aspects, right? So my personal life, my career, and my dreams. This is how I categorized it. Okay. So I wrote down personally. I wrote down entertaining the wrong men, right? Stop chasing potential and start observing reality. Learning that there will always be better, okay? There will always be better. That is something that 2025 has taught me because your girl was very whipped. I'm talking about digmatized, okay? I was whipped. And I started seeing different images, meaning like I was just imagining things. I wasn't looking at realistic because I was stigmatized. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I have to be honest with you. It is something that had me looking like a weirdo. I was looking like, girl, get up. Like, you are bugging the hell out. Get up. Stand up for yourself, okay? So 2025 has taught me personally, I'm not going in dating, right? I am focusing on myself. I'm not stopping it. You know, if it comes, it comes, whatever the case might be. But I just know that I am creating more boundaries for myself where I am not losing myself in anybody's son. Okay. Career wise, take a leap of faith, right? If you feel mentally drained at your 9 to 5, do not thug it out. Okay. Leave that bitch. I felt like I took a leap of faith this year when I changed my job. And because it's like, you know, when you're comfortable somewhere and you know that, you know the routines, you know the schedules, you know the school, you just know your job, right? And you become so consumed with it and so comfortable with it that you feel like, okay, you know, might as well, I'm already here. No. 2020, going into 2024, going into 2020, I mean, sorry, ending 2024, going into 2025, I was mentally drained. I'm talking about all the way from, I could say October all the way down to June. I was drained. Like, my job drained me. And I feel like that's why my personal life took a toll and I wasn't investing in my personal life as much, is because I was mentally drained from my 9 to 5. And I was like, yeah, something got to change. I can't do this. So I took a leap of faith and I got a new job. And that is something that I'm so grateful for, because this new job is I'm just so grateful. Like, it's not as hard as the last one. And I feel more welcomed. I just feel more comfortable. So I'm grateful, thank God, that I was able to get this new job. And last, I said dreams. I said, in order for your dreams to come true, you need a routine. Become consistent. Keep going even when it feels boring. Okay? I realized that where I want my podcast and my content to grow, I need to stay consistent, because it is not always going to be unicorn and rainbows. Sometimes I want to be feeling stuck. Sometimes I want to be feeling bored. But as long as I keep going, that's all that matters. I could say that 2025 has taught me to keep going. Keep going. Be consistent. Have a routine. Keep going. Because at the end of the day, I have to understand that this is my dream. I have to make the first move. Okay? So when it comes down to my interest rate, right? I was watching Jeronica yesterday. If you guys do not know who Jeronica is, she is a beautiful YouTuber. I've been subscribed to her channel for many, many years. And she was speaking on basically, you know, your interest rate. Not really your interest rate, but like, what are you putting out in the world that you are receiving, right? So basically, how is everything you're doing, how are you putting it out there? Are you receiving it 10 times? Are you receiving it in a good way? Is it fulfilling you? Is it making you grow? And that's what I took from that video, because I'm like, yo, she's really talking her ish. So yeah, I feel like, did my interest rate go up? I think yes and no. I feel like, personally, when it came to my love life, not really, because I didn't pour. I was pouring into something that wasn't fulfilling my needs. And when it came down to my job, yes, I felt like I poured out to my job and I got better results, meaning like I looked in to a different direction and I got what I wanted. So yeah. So I can say that 2025 was a good year for me. 2025 had my eyes opened and I feel like I was elevating into a different woman. Like I wasn't tolerating as much as things. Like I know for a fact I I grew. So I am so grateful for what 2025 has taught me. And yeah, so this is the end of this week's episode. I hope you guys enjoy it. It was pretty long. And yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I love you guys. Mwah. Bye.